the maroon numbers and white trim. Tonight's officials, Darren White, Ron Brokenbrough, and Levon Zakarian. Tip is up. It is controlled by New Mexico State. And the Aggies will go right to left to open up the ball game as Jabari Rice up top gives it left wing to Nate Pryor, and then a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. It's going to go against New Mexico State. That'll be Will McNair Jr. Actually make it Teddy Allen, excuse me, his first personal. And a quick turnover will give it to the Lions for their first offensive possession. 11 seconds into the ball game, no score just yet.
Here's where the Lions have a good opportunity to come out strong and set the pace.
Joe Quintana, left wing, over to Cam Shelton. Shelton standing flat-footed, surveying the scene. Takes one dribble over to his left, now back right. Shot clock at 15 as he finds Quintana at the top of the key. Around a screen from Eli Scott. Dishes it back to Eli. Hesitation dribble into traffic. On the left block, kicks to Leah Pepe. Open right wing three en route is short. But Eli Scott able to corral the offensive rebound, and the Lions will get a second opportunity. The shot clock reset to 20. Up top for Leah Pepe. This time passes on the three, hands off to Scott. Down the middle of the lane, bounces underneath for Douglas in traffic. Mishandles, recovers, up fake, throws it up off the glass and throws it in. And Damian Douglas picking up where he left off. Quick bucket. Lions lead 2-0 with a minute gone by.
Either team playing particularly fast at the moment off the feet, but LMU with some slow, methodical offense and was able to find the look inside with Douglas.
And Jonathan, you mentioned before the broadcast, Mexico State scores a lot of points. They like to work fast, so maybe at least early on, LMU not trying to play into their hands. A jump ball, possession arrow with the Lions, and back-to-back turnovers for the Aggies. And LMU with that early 2-0 lead will work back left to right.
We've heard turnovers be the thorn in the side of this Lions team. The Aggies had just 8 in their last game against New Mexico and forced 12.
Eli Scott on the right wing, covered down low by Johnny McCants. Double team comes, slings it out, top of the key for Leah Pepe. He'll put it on the floor, kick it back to Scott. Passes on the three-point attempt, looking for the cutting Douglas. Pass off his hands in the hands of Leah Pepe. Up top for Eli Scott, straight away three. Straight but strong, and the rebound tracked down by Teddy Allen. Mentioned the big 6'6" guard. 18.5 points, over 6 rebounds per ball game. Finds Jabari Rice, left wing three. That one a little strong as well, but an offensive board for the Aggies as they search for their first points of the ball game. 2-0 Lions, 2 minutes gone by. Allen dumps it off down low underneath. Looking for Will McNair Jr., working in the left post. Covered by Leah Pepe, double team comes. Finds the cutting Pryor, but he stumbled and lost the basketball. And Cam Shelton will work into the front court. New Mexico State 1 shot attempt and 3 turnovers in the early going. Lions trying to capitalize and do as Cam Shelton with a 15-footer smooth on the right elbow, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Lions.
Stan Johnson wasn't too pleased about LMU leaving open that initial 3-point shot, but they can afford to let him rain it down, or try to rather, from 3. Not a particularly good 3-point shooting team of the Aggies.
LMU strong defense continues. Leah Pepe with the steal. Now Cam Shelton spinning, kicks it to Eli Scott. Standing near the top of the key, goes right side over to Damian Douglas, who will get a screen from Leah Pepe to his left. Bounce it for Scott on the left block. Nearly lost it out of bounds, but recovers. Able to tiptoe the sideline, works left block patiently. Backing down, gets to that left-hand turnaround and flips it in off the glass. And a 6-0 start for the Lions as they're 3 of 5 from the field.
Interesting, both teams playing at about 70% speed at the moment. Wonder if they're just saving a little in the tank for down the stretch, but LMU playing a little sharper, a little cleaner at the moment.
At 4, make it almost 5 turnovers for the Aggies as they're playing really loose with the basketball. Pryor underneath for McNair and make it 5 turnovers. Offensive foul. Cam Shelton slid in to take the charge. Nate Pryor picks up the personal, his first. Team foul number 2 for the Aggies as Pryor, the transfer from Washington, commits the offensive foul. 6-0 Lions, and a chance to add on to it here as Douglas wheeling around off the top of the key, lost the dribble, and it's taken away by Allen. And it's a red carpet to the rim for the first points of the night for New Mexico State. Two-handed jam for Allen, and the Aggies on the board. 6-2 Lions, 16:21 to go in the first half.
And LMU would like to get that one back as quick as possible. We mentioned coming out and setting the pace offensively. They've certainly done that. Arguably on the defensive front too, but they can't take the foot off the gas.
Pick and pop 3 for Leah Pepe straight away is too strong, and the rebound taken by Teddy Allen. Allen well traveled in his basketball career. West Virginia, West Nebraska Community College, and Nebraska before New Mexico State, and he finds Nate Pryor, who makes up for his couple of turnovers with a 3-ball. Lions pushing back the other way. Douglas tried to rise up high, got denied at the rim, and the loose ball caroms out to the Aggies, who looking to push. Rice looking for Pryor, zipped it too strong. Turnover, ball out of bounds. It'll be Lion ball. Get a time it on the floor. 6-5 Lions, 15:40 to go in the first half. We'll be back. Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you at Gerson Pavilion. 15:40 to go in this first half of play. A 6-5 lead for the Lions. And despite 5 early turnovers, New Mexico State with a couple of buckets right back into the ball game. So obviously for the Lions, like them to take a bit more advantage of those turnovers, but they still have the early lead.
Nate Pryor with his first 3 of the season. Also in his first start of the season. His play has improved significantly over the last couple of games.
The Lions with Alex Merkvilazze and Quan Marble into the ball game for the first time. Working offensively, Merkvilazze passed up on the 3, goes left side to Shelton. Shot clock at 10 as the senior point guard kicks it back to Merkvilazze. Again, pump fakes on the 3, goes to Shelton. He'll fire with 3 on the shot clock. It's an air ball out of bounds. It's one where Merkvilazze passed up 2 wide open shots, and then the Lions didn't end up getting better looks than that. So turnover, or out of bounds on the missed shot rather. Ball back to the Aggies. 15:09 to go in this first half. Lions in front by 1. Teddy Allen, top of the key. You at a lock into the ball game, and the Lions come away with a steal. You mentioned New Mexico State sloppy with the basketball as head coach Chris Jans just shakes his head on the sideline. 6 turnovers here in a little over 5 minutes of action for the Aggies. Merkvilazze will fire the 3 this time, but can't connect. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's off the fingertips of Pryor, and the Lions will keep possession. 14:43 to go in this first half. LMU in front 6-5.
Merkvilazze, I like the confidence though, shooting the 3 over the 6'11" A-lock.
Shelton to inbound. Shot clock reset to 20. Shelton tosses into his Chino Hills native teammate, Eli Scott. Working in the left post, backing down. Goes to that left hand again. Left to his defender in the dust. Johnny McCants was lost, and Eli Scott was found at the rim with the easy layup. 8-5, 14:25 to go in the first half. Lions in front.
And there's where that left hand of Eli will bite you if you give him the space. He doesn't need much to work inside.
It's Pryor on the right side, bouncing in along the right baseline to A-Lock. A-Lock covered by Merkvilazze, finds Pryor middle of the lane. A lot of space in there, had the floater, but left it too strong off the side of the iron. The rebound cleaned up by Merkvilazze, and the Lions put it in the steady hands of Eli Scott. As he works it to Merkvilazze. Pump fake, gives it over to Shelton. On the right baseline, cut off by Pryor. Merkvilazze kicks left corner to Scott. Open left corner 3. That one skips off the iron short. And rebound tracked down by Teddy Allen as he'll take it in the front court. Allen to Pryor, pass to Jabari Rice. Bluffs on the 3, kicks back to Pryor. Good ball movement from the Aggies. Lions recovering well defensively. Allen step back straightaway 3 is short, and the rebound taken by Quan Marble.
LMU did a good job to force the shooter to step just to the side a little bit and get the feet a little bit off balance.
Shelton trying to jump stop, but kind of slid the feet on the stop, and a traveling violation will be the Lions' second turnover of the ball game. 13:26 to go in this first half. Lions in front 8-5. A couple subs for the Lions, then the floor for them now. Joe Quintana, Lamaj Lewis, Quan Marble, Gary Harris, and Alex Merkvilazze. And for New Mexico State, Nate Pryor, along with LeVar Williams. So Mike Peak joining Teddy Allen and Uat A-Lock on the floor. LeVar Williams up top for Peak, covered by Harris, top of the key. Peak with that left-hand dribble on the sideline, being guarded tightly by Harris, and now kicks off to LeVar Williams out near the midcourt timeline to Pryor. Shot clock down to 8. Teddy Allen trying to split through a mountain of traffic, tied up by Marble as those two continue the play, and then a little shove from Allen, which draws some clapping and cheers from the Lion bench. Officials are gonna discuss.
And that was a mugging, shall be said, on both sides. Both Merkvilazze and his defender were not willing to let go of the ball after the whistle.
There's actually Marble and Allen who had it together, and then, yeah, just a little game of hold on to the basketball between the two. Neither one wanted to give that up, and then a little extracurricular shove.
Yeah, and I think that's what the officials will be looking at.
Likely be a technical on Allen, and probably nothing more than that, but good result in some free throws for the Lions. See, the two got tangled up trying to keep the ball, and then Allen, that just little shove there. Well, not a lot, but likely enough to garner a technical foul. We'll see what the officials rule. Exactly 13 minutes to play in this first half. Lions in front 8-5. Mentioned the officials tonight: Darren White, Ron Brokenbrough, and Levon Zakarian. And LMU, despite being just 1 for their last 7 from the field, lead by 3. And a big part of that has been their defense, Jonathan, who mentioned 7 turnovers for New Mexico State. Lions have 12 field goal attempts. They're just 4 of 12, but only 5 shot attempts for the Aggies because of all those turnovers.
Well, LMU's doing a good job of forcing the Aggies to move the ball around the perimeter and is not really giving up anything inside. The hands are in the passing lane. They're rotating well on defense, and it's made it really difficult for New Mexico State.
The Lions and some of the buckets that they have made. Cam Shelton getting on the board, and we were talking before the game, Jonathan. Cam Shelton seemingly getting more and more comfortable in his time, of course, transferred from Northern Arizona, and really finding himself as a steady leader for this ball club, with, of course, Eli Scott being the leader that we've known for so long as well.
And that's what you need on this team if you're Stan Johnson. You want a dynamic offense that you can rely on Eli or Damian Douglas, who's been fantastic, and even some of these younger guys. Lamaj Lewis has shown a lot of promise, but Cam Shelton was highly recruited. He was a big-time scorer at his previous institution, has come in here, and despite a slow start, has kind of chipped away at his own game, and he's found his place here in this LMU offense, and it's working really nicely.
And LMU getting to things they do well, obviously scoring in the paint. We haven't seen any shot attempts for Joe Quintana yet, but as you mentioned, with Damian rounding into form, Eli being his usual self, you of course want that offense, which we've seen all year long from Quintana, but with so many other players kind of stepping up their games as well, Lions are able to withstand Joe not shooting a shot for 7 minutes and still have the lead.
Well, as we said, we mentioned that dynamic offense. If you have different guys that can do different things and fulfill different roles, your offense is no longer a one-trick pony, and it's really, really difficult to guard.
So the ruling is going to be a double technical foul. So I mentioned both players hold on to that ball too long. And the little shove not able to garner anything more. So no free throws to be shot. It'll be New Mexico State basketball with 5 to shoot on the shot clock. You see Stan Johnson discussing with the officials for a little bit more of an explanation, as you saw him gesture, what about that little push? But it will be a double technical foul. And like they like to say, much ado about nothing there. Just some good physical basketball, and we'll get back on the floor in just a moment.
Well, you just hope that this doesn't set the tone for the type of play that you'll see throughout the evening. Of course, you always want to see a good, clean game. Hard fought, but you don't want to see anyone get into too much trouble here.
So Stan Johnson still discussing it with the officials. He wanted the technical foul just to be on Allen.
The officials conferring with everybody. Stan Johnson had his conference with the officials, and now they're just speaking it over with Quan Marble, who was involved as well, as everyone quietly makes their way back onto the court.
And of course, in the collegiate game, technical foul counts as a personal foul as well. So that's 2 fouls on Allen and 1 on Marble, as New Mexico State looking to inbound. And it's going to be looks like a foul underneath away from the basketball. And it's going to be on Merk Velazquez. That's his first. Second team foul, so a foolish foul for the Lions. New Mexico State was having trouble inbounding and had just 5 seconds to shoot. And now they get a reset of 20. Back underway after the miscue from Merk Velazquez, and the Lions dig in defensively. Chichi Avery into the ball game for New Mexico State. Goes over to LeVar Williams. Now left wing on the near side to Pryor. Picks up the dribble out behind the arc. Goes right wing for the deep 3 from Mike Peak. That's way off the mark. And a flopping warning on Peak. So the game has ground to a halt for the past minute or so. But the Lions get it back off another missed shot from New Mexico State. 2 of 6 from the field, 8 turnovers. Luckily for the Aggies, though, they're just trailing by just 3. If the Lions can start to capitalize more. Lamaj Lewis, the freshman, sporting the face mask in this ball game as Quintana down the lane. High floating layup is short. A rebound scooped up by Aylock. So quickly outlet ahead to Pryor. Kicks it over to Avery on the right wing, covered by Marble. Dumps it down right post for Aylock. Quick, decisive move. Baby hook halfway down, doesn't fall. And the rebound taken by Murphy as the Lions look to run. Quan Marble, hesitation dribble, stumbles. And he'll bounce it back out for Quintana to reset it. 12:05 to go in the first half. Lions still in front, 8-5. Lamaj Lewis puts it on the deck. He's bumped and fouled. That'll take us to a timeout on the floor. 12 minutes to play in this first half. LMU in front, 8-5. We'll be back on the WC. Back here at Gersten Pavilion. 12 minutes exactly on the clock in the first half. LMU in front, 8-5. As the Lions, 4 of 13, just 31% from the field. One of their last 8. They forced 8 early turnovers for the Aggies, and that's why the Lions have the lead as they inbound. Work with Shelton, Marble, Douglas, Scott, and Leah Pepe as their 5. Shelton on the right wing. Kicks it up top for Leah Pepe. Finds the cutting Eli Scott. Great pass, but Scott blocked from behind by Mike Peak on the nice recovery. And here comes New Mexico State right to left. They operate with Chichi Avery, Nate Pryor, Mike Peak, Jabari Rice. And Uat Aylock on the floor as Avery on the handoff. Drops it off for Aylock at the top of the key. He'll give it over to Rice. Covered tightly by Douglas, trying to work around a screen. Now it comes over to the near side. Avery with a shot clock down to 4 has to fire the contested 3. That one clangs off the iron, and the rebound grabbed by Quan Marble. And now Douglas nearly left the ball behind him with a running start, finds some room, and then stops at the middle of the lane. Drops it for Eli Scott on the left block. Over his head, dumps it down for Douglas. Gathers, he's blocked from behind. And the defensive battle continues. Both teams digging in their heels on that end of the floor. Lions, 1 of their last 10 without a field goal in 3.5 minutes, and Mexico State without a point in 5 minutes. So we've seen a couple of high-scoring teams really kind of dragged into the mud. Lions still in front, 8-5, 10:47 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think both teams just kind of trying to refine their footing after that technical timeout where the play was reviewed, and it's been a little bit sloppy ever since. LMU, no points in just under 3 minutes, and it's been over 4 for the Aggies. Everybody just trying to reset.
The Aggies operate on the offensive end. Mario McKinney Jr. in for the first time. Goes to Jabari Rice on the near side. Shot clock down to 2 again. Rice slings it inside, and the layup is good from Johnny McCants, but that was very close. He might not have gotten that off in time. Rice zipped the pass in there with about 1 on the shot clock. McCants was aware and quickly went up, but the officials are going to take a look and see if he got it off in time. See Chris Jans, the New Mexico State head coach, not happy with what he's seen on the offensive end. New Mexico State in a 9.5, or make it 11.5 minutes, of action. Just 8 shot attempts. And we mentioned the 8 turnovers, so they've really struggled to get anything going on that end of the floor. But fortunately for them, as the basket will not count, didn't get it off in time. Mexico State remains stuck on 5 points, which they've been at for about 5.5 minutes. Lions have not scored in over 4 minutes. We're in a holding pattern. The Lions trying to break through on this trip down the floor. It's Quan Marble aggressively down the lane. Up and under layup is good. And the seal on the hoop is broken. Lions extend the lead to 5. 10-5 with 10:14 to go in this first half. As McKinney stops at the free throw line straight away. Dishes out for McCants, and now into the hands of Rice behind the arc on the right wing. Slings near side. Avery, left wing 3 is good. And New Mexico State ends their drought as well. 10-8 Lions. We go under 10 to play in the first half. Leah Pepe, drive and kick for Douglas. Given a slight bit of space on the baseline. And a bump and a foul will go on New Mexico State.
Not sure that was the pass that Douglas initially wanted to make. Everyone was kind of crowded in no man's land, just a couple feet off the low post, and Scott ran out of room. LMU's going to get a chance to continue the possession, though.
As it was actually knocked out of bounds. No foul, but the Lions keep possession nonetheless, as Cam Shelton Top of the key, around a screen from Leia Pepe. Methodically drives down the lane, and he shuffled the pivot foot and gets whistled for the travel for the second time this evening. 10-8 Lions, 9:38 to go in the first half. Ball back to the Aggies into the hands of Mario McKinney Jr., the sophomore from St. Louis. Top for Johnny McCants, and he will travel with the basketball, so good old-fashioned slugfest in the mud, whatever you want to call it. It's been ugly. Still a lot of time to go in this one. 9:29 to go in the first half. Lions in front, 10-8.
And he needs to do a better job of just holding on to the basketball and giving themselves good quality looks. When they have, they've scored, but they've been few and far between.
Eli Scott along the left baseline, covered by McCants. Puts the right hand dribble down, backing in. Trying to use the strength, zips it to Leia Pepe. Open right corner three, Trebian. Rainbow three for Kelly Leia Pepe. Lions first made three in 7 attempts, and LMU in front once again by 5, 13-8. McKinney, quick drive to the room. Left-hand layup is a beauty. Explosive move from McKinney. Makes it 13-10 Lions. 8:50 to go in this first half. It's dangerous pass from Shelton. Eli Scott able to keep it away from McCants. Then he nearly throws it away. Douglas has it. A little 5-on-4 power play for the Lions, but ball being thrown all over the map from LMU. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay, fortunately for LMU, in their possession. 15 on the shot clock, 8:39 to go in this first half. Joe Quintana will return, and Quan Marble will take a seat.
Avery actually did a good job in recovery after hitting the turf to come on back and knock that one out of bounds.
Shelton will lob it in left side to Scott. Ball pops out toward midcourt and tracked down by Shelton. 7 on the shot clock, gets a screen from Scott at the top of the key. Crossing over, kicks to Leia Pepe, left corner three, that one off the mark. Rebound taken by the Aggies as quick outlet ahead to McKinney. Working on the right sideline, down the right baseline, dumps it off beautifully for McNair Jr., who drops it in from a foot away. It's a 1-point ball game, 13-12. 8:15 remaining here in this first half, and New Mexico State has made their last 3 field goals after that drought of over 5 minutes. Leia Pepe, Lions with poor spacing, now correct that, get it to Scott in the left post, 10 on the shot clock as he backs down McCants, kicks it out for Douglas, open left wing three, skips off the iron, no good, rebound taken by McKinney, who's off and racing into the front court. Met by Shelton at the arc, he's over right side for McCants, who will sling it back near side for Rice, down the lane, stops at the free throw line, kicks back out for McCants, and now resets it on the near side for McKinney. McKinney down the lane, right-hand floater is short, gets his own rebound, goes back up and banks it in. And Mario McKinney Jr. averages about 4 points per ball game, but he's been a spark here for New Mexico State. Seemingly the pace has quickened as he's entered. And a whistle and a foul. It'll be Lion basketball when we return from the timeout on the floor. 7:15 to go in the first half. Lions trail by 1 on the W. And welcome back, everybody. Jesse Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you courtside at Gerson Pavilion. New Mexico State in the lead for the first time tonight on a 6-0 run. 14-13 the score with the Aggies in front. And the Lions, 6 of 19, just 31.6% from the field, have struggled to make open looks, and now Shelton has to call for timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout for LMU, so we'll keep it here on the floor. Well, Jonathan, we mentioned the Lions' struggles offensively. Just 1 of 9 from three-point range as well. A lot of them have been good open looks off some good passing, but shots not falling for the Lions here in the first half.
You know, what's interesting, Jesse, LMU's not passing with a ton of urgency until they get up against the shot clock, and then they're slinging it around, but it's a little bit too late at that point. As you said, 1 for 9, 11%. New Mexico State is shooting at 33% from distance. Interesting, all 13 of LMU's points tonight have come off an Aggies turnover.
Yeah, 10 turnovers, plenty for the Aggies, but with that number, Lions certainly not doing enough to take advantage of that high volume of turnovers. It's LMU with Shelton, Quintana, Douglas, Scott, and Emerick Velazquez as inbounds comes in for LMU, and they work it around right wing for Shelton. Standing on the three-point arc. Hasn't put a dribble down yet, trying to find Scott. Being denied nicely by McNair. Lions not having much going here on this possession. And shot clock down to 7. Eli Scott trying to create, gets to the rim and lays it in. Strong drive from Eli Scott as he takes a tumble. Quick push and outlet for New Mexico State, and then McCants fouled at the iron by Merck Velazquez. New Mexico State off the made basket. Saw Eli Scott was still getting up from falling near the stands and pushed quickly and was able to draw a foul. It'll be first free throws for either ball club tonight. A second personal for Merck Velazquez. Johnny McCants, a 53% free throw shooter, will shoot 2 here for the Aggies. Misfires on the first. 6:49 to go in this first half. LMU in front by 1, 15-14.
And LMU, who played tremendous defense in the opening stages of this first half, has now let the Aggies start to work a bit more efficiently inside, and that's helped them capitalize and crawl back the lead.
McCants goes 1 out of 2. We're all tied at 15. As Eli Scott was down at the other end of the floor, Lions wanted him to inbound, so he had to trot back the other way, and now the Lions inbound and work against some full court man pressure, get it across the timeline with ease, and now operate in the front court. Shelton near the palm trees on the near side of the floor, gets it over to Quintana. Now to Eli Scott, left elbow. Will kick out for Shelton. Finds Quintana. Still hasn't put up a shot attempt. Or has, one shot attempt, but it's just 0 for 1. Scott up top for Merck Velazquez. Pump fakes, spins in the lane, kicks back to Scott. He'll pump fake, 1 on the shot clock, and gets blocked. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Eli Scott telling Merck Velazquez to shoot the ball. Scott passed up a look as well. Lions with only 4 turnovers, but we mentioned just having their struggles offensively. And the tune remains the same, 15-15 with 6:11 to go in this first half.
And remember, it was LMU who came out of the gate and set the pace here. And all of a sudden, now they're trying to adjust to New Mexico.
Strong drive from McKinney, but couldn't finish at the doorstep. Lions come away with the rebound. Douglas leaves it off for Scott, slings it back to Douglas on the left wing, given space, fires the high-arcing 3. No good. Scott trying to track down the rebound, saves it, ball on the floor, bodies on the floor, and New Mexico State comes away with the loose ball as Mario McKinney Jr. will work right to left with the basketball. Trying to find McCants, but it's knocked away by Merck Velazquez. Out of bounds, it'll stay Aggie basketball. 5:38 to go in the half. We're all knotted at 15. It's been a beautiful game if you love defense. Not so much if you love the offensive end of the floor, but it is a close game, all tied up, and that is what we expected coming in between these two teams well above 500.
I think New Mexico's starting to find their rhythm. LMU found it early on and has kind of lost it and is now just trying to get it back.
McCants down the middle of the lane, hop step to the rim, left-hand layup no good, kept alive by Alock, put back no good as well. Ball on the floor, taken by the Aggies again. McCants, 3rd time's the charm for the Aggies as they work hard on the offensive glass for that possession. And they jump back in front by 2, 17-15. Lions looking to bounce back. Mark Velazquez, straightaway 3, too strong. Harris with the offensive rebound. And he's bumped and fouled. Foul's gonna be on Jabari Rice, his first. 16 foul for the Aggies. The next one would be the bonus. 5:07 to go in the half. Lions trail by 2. Harris tosses in for Shelton. Those two joined by Quintana, Marvel, and Merck Velazquez as Lions pop it around the perimeter into the hands of Quintana. Works off a Merck Velazquez screen. Kicks it back on the pick and pop. Straightaway 3. Bien. Alex Merck Velazquez for 3. Second 3-ball of the night for the Lions, and LMU back in front by 1.
Merck Velazquez is just chipping away at that 3-ball game this whole season, his 7th so far. We saw him miss a bunch of great looks early on in the season. He's just started to knock them down one by one as of late.
Yeah, starting to shoot with a little more confidence for the Lions as McCants, stripped by Merck Velazquez, gets it back, dumps it down for Alock, who's right at the rim and drops it in. Back and forth we go as both teams trying to find a rhythm on the offensive end. Merck Velazquez with the handoff for Shelton. Kicks to Harris. He'll fire the left wing 3. That one short off the front rim. The rebound taken by Jabari Rice. Mexico State operating with a 1-point lead in the basketball as we approach 4 minutes to play in this first half. Dangerous pass knocked away. It'll stay Aggie basketball. Chi-Chi Avery and Nate Pryor back in. Clayton Henry, who was just in for a moment, checks out, as does Mario McKinney, who looks like he might have jammed a finger. And Mike Peak, as McCants looks like he's a little hobbled as well. So a couple of New Mexico State players trying to shake it off, and play continues as they inbound to Nate Pryor. Top for Mike Peak, now on the near side wing to Chi-Chi Avery. That was left post for Peak, covered by Shelton. Pass intercepted by Quintana. Doesn't have numbers, but now looking to push nonetheless. And it's gonna be an offensive foul on Quintana. Turnover for the Lions is their 5th, and it'll take us to a timeout on the floor. 3:44 to play in the half. 19-18 lead for New Mexico State. We'll be back on the WCC Network. Got a look at the luscious locks of Kelly Lea Pepe and the Lions, who trail by 1. 3:44 to go in this first half. 19-18 the score in favor of New Mexico State. Both teams have had their struggles offensively in this first half. You can see by that low score total. Lions trying to finish the half strong as New Mexico State out of the timeout will turn it over for the 12th time. Lions on the run off the steal. Shelton all the way to the iron, swatted away from behind by Peak. Shelton took a tumble. Marble down the lane, drives and is fouled. Quan Marble will go to the free throw line. Ulat Alok with the personal foul, his first 7-team foul. And it's going to be a shooting foul, I believe, for Marble. And it is indeed 2 shots for Marble.
I think he was definitely well inside and going up in his motion when he was clobbered.
First free throw is short off the front rim. Marble just 56% from the free throw line coming into the ball game. Second free throw on the way from Marble is good. And we're all tied at 19 with 3:22 to go here in this first half. Nate Pryor into the front court here for the Aggies. Covered by Shelton. Picks up the dribble well behind the arc and dishes off for Rice. Shot clock at 14 as the Aggies work on the perimeter. Still behind the arc as Jabari Rice, hesitation dribble, gets down the lane to the rim and lays it in. Jabari Rice with his first field goal of the ball game. Rice, who averages over 13 points a game, now on the board for the first time tonight. 21-19, Aggies in front. Quintana still looking for his first points tonight. Goes to Lea Pepe. Tried to throw the fastball inside to Scott, but too strong. And the steal taken by the Aggies as Jabari Rice into the front court with that high bounce on the dribble. Comes near side on the left wing to Pryor. Dumps it down left post about 15 feet away for Alok. Guarded by Lea Pepe. Lions send a double team on the pickup of the dribble. Dumps it inside and finds the safety valve and Mike Peak, who lays it in. Mexico State has made their last 4 shots from the field. They're 10 of 21, 48%. They've just been dealing with those turnovers as a whistle and a foul on Rice as the Lions bring it up the floor. It's his second personal, 8th team foul, and it'll send Joe Quintana to the line to shoot 1 and 1. I mentioned Quintana has not scored tonight. There's only 1 field goal attempt. Looking to get himself going here at the line.
And you can see New Mexico's guarded him pretty well so far along the perimeter. They haven't really given him many open looks, even off the ball, and Joe's exceptional at creating separation. So we'll see how he handles the rest of this half and moving into the second as well.
Quintana connects on the front end of the 1 and 1. Joe Quintana has missed 1 free throw all season, came in at 97% on the year. We'll shoot 1 more. Second free throw good as well. It's a 2-point ball game. New Mexico State in front, 23-21, with 2:05 to go in the half as Nate Pryor operates with the dribble here in the front court. Up top to Alok, he hands off for Avery. Ball knocked away by Marble, recovered by Pryor with 14 on the shot clock near the midcourt timeline as works to the center of the floor, kicks it left wing for Peak. Trying to look inside, that's being denied, so he goes back up top for Pryor. Shot clock down to 4. Pryor trying to create, down to 1, and it's gonna be a shot clock violation. Turnover number 13 for the Aggies. The Lions with a chance to tie or retake the lead on this trip down the floor. 1:36 to go in the first half.
Yeah, pretty crucial possession right here for LMU. They would like to have control of the ball game going into the locker room at halftime. It's been scrappy on both sides, and LMU's had good looks. Just got to do a better job of putting them away.
It's LMU over to Quan Marble, down the right baseline, attacking, double clutching and scoring. Quan Marble with the strong drive, and LMU does tie it up 23-23, 1:17 remaining in the half.
Quan Marble can be so good when you run him out of room and he looks like he's out of angle. He can put it up and use the arm strength to just get it in the rim.
We approach 1 minute to play in the half. Nate Pryor on the left wing, covered by Shelton. Met on the switch, working around left corner for Clayton Henry. Left corner 3 is short. And a wild fall from Mike Peak. He went over the back of Lea Pepe. Play continues. Peak is back and he's up and okay. The Lions go to Eli Scott. Met by 3 defenders, swarmed, able to dribble away from it. Lions move it around to Lea Pepe. Spinning down the lane, gets free, misses at the doorstep. Ball knocked out of bounds off of New Mexico State. The Lions keep possession, 37.5 seconds remaining in the half and 20 on the shot clock to work with. Shelton throws it in for Scott. Now the Lions will operate in the hands of Quintana. Quintana covered by Williams, and a hand checking foul. It'll be the first on Williams and the 9th team foul. It'll send Quintana and the Lions to the line to shoot 1-1 once again. Chance to retake the lead for LMU.
And off the ball, off the shot as well. Marble and Shelton just getting some coaching from Coach Edwards. Quintana with a very important free throw.
Free throw from Quintana is no good. Misses the front end of the 1-1. Just his second missed free throw of the year. And New Mexico State head coach Chris Jans wants to talk it over with a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it on the floor. 24.8 seconds remain in the half. And New Mexico State can hold for a final shot of the half. It's been, as we said, an ugly first half offensively for both teams for different reasons. For New Mexico State, they're shooting it well, but they've just been coughing up the ball with those 13 turnovers. Lions, meanwhile, doing a decent job taking care of the basketball. They are simply just not making shots.
Yeah, and you said they've done a good job of giving themselves a look, and I think they've run into some spacing troubles at times. They've been a little bit slow off the passing sometimes, just little things to clean up. But unfortunately, their shots, even the good ones, aren't seeming to find the net.
New Mexico State can, as we mentioned, hold for the final shot of the half. They have Mario McKinney, Clayton Henry, Mike Peak, LeVar Williams, and Johnny McCants. And the Lions with Cam Shelton, Joe Quintana, Quan Marble, Eli Scott, and Kelly Lea Pepe. As McKinney holding that dribble out near midcourt at the M of the LMU logo. And that time wind down, getting covered tightly by Shelton. Game clock down to 10 seconds. McKinney still near midcourt. Now McCants comes up for the high screen. McKinney splits the double. Down the lane, Euro step, gets to the rim, lays it in. 2 seconds to go. Lions trying to get it in. Stolen by McCants. Nearly banked it in. But New Mexico State will take a 2-point lead into the locker room. 25-23 at the break. And we'll talk with head coach Stan Johnson here in just a moment. We're now joined by head coach Stan Johnson. Coach, you forced them into 13 turnovers in that first half, but had trouble converting on the other end. How do you get the offense going in the second half?
Yeah, our offense is very stagnant. Ball's not moving. We're not setting enough screens, and we're not playing together on that end. We have not taken advantage of the turnovers that we forced.
And you've mentioned trying to find a complete game for this team. You obviously had great runs and coming off a couple of great wins. Just how do you find that consistency going forward?
Well, keep playing hard, keep playing together, following the game plan. You know, again, I thought we held them to 25 points, but a lot of their points were layups like we just saw at the end. And down there, we got to play better offense.
All right, Coach, appreciate
Thanks.
your time as always, and good luck in the second half. Head coach Stan Johnson, Lions trail by 2 at the half. We'll be back. Jesse Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you as you get ready for the second half of play. Get a few looks at some of the highlights from the first half of New Mexico State. A-Lock with a couple of nice plays, a bucket, and then a dish inside to Mike Peak, who provided some nice minutes off the bench for New Mexico State. As for the Lions, you mentioned didn't have much going offensively, but Quan Marble with an impressive drive there, and LMU said their defense kept them in it. We'll see if they can get their offense uncorked in this second half of play.
Yeah, and we talked about it throughout the first, but LMU had some really good looks. They just never really got their offense going, and it's a good opportunity to change that here in the opening stages of the second.
The Lions will go right to left in the second half. Eli Scott on the backdoor cut to Quintana. Dishes to Douglas, finds a wide open layup. Pepe straightaway three, in and out, no good. Oh, again, good movement, good look for the Lions, but could not knock it down. Mexico State will operate in the front court. Teddy Allen, who had that technical foul and 2 personal fouls, played just 8 minutes. He's undoubtedly New Mexico State's top scorer and best player, so he'll obviously be much more involved in this second half as McNair on the feed to Pryor floats it up and in off the glass. And the Aggies strike first in this second half. 27-23, 4-point edge for the Aggies.
New Mexico's playing just a little bit faster than LMU right now, both off the rotation and in the ball movement.
Eli Scott swooping across the lane, bumped and fouled. Be the 3rd personal foul on Jabari Rice. So Rice will check out, and Chichi Avery will check in for New Mexico State. Cam Shelton will inbound for the Lions. Tosses into Eli Scott, and LMU looking for their first points of the second half. Scott covered by McCants. Mishandles, now working back in the left post. Backing down to McCants, goes to the right hand. Lost it on the way up, wanted a foul call, didn't get it. And the missed shot in the hands now of Mexico State. Teddy Allen, big crossover. First 4 points of the half belong to New Mexico State.
Yeah, and LMU, as we said, a good opportunity to come out and set the pace. They're going to need to hurry here, otherwise they're going to be playing catch-up.
Quintana trying to get free on the perimeter, being hounded by Allen. Goes to Scott, working middle of the lane, up, under, left hand, gets the roll. Eli Scott, 4 of 8 from the field, 8 points, and the Lions able to score for the first time in the second half, trail by 4, 29-25.
Scott now leading scoring on either roster. No one has more than 8.
Will McNair Jr. on the handoff for Nate Pryor. Pryor across the lane, high arcing floater is good again. So Nate Pryor with 2 buckets here after only 1 field goal in the first half, but Pryor now with 7 points to lead the Aggies. 6-point edge for New Mexico State, 31-25. 2 minutes gone by in the second half. Eli Scott slapped on the wrist as he put the dribble down at the free throw line. Fouls on Chichi Avery. First personal, second team foul. And the Lions will inbound on under their own basket. 17:56 to go in this second half, and LMU trailing by 6. Shelton's pass deflected by McCants, knocked out of bounds. It'll change the entry of the inbounds to the sideline in front of the Lion bench. Stan Johnson not happy, wants more movement and more pace from the offense. Shelton around a screen to his right, kicks to Leia Pepe. Couple of pass fakes, now takes the dribble top of the key, trying to hand off, and he's run over and fouled by Chichi Avery. That's 3 quick team fouls on New Mexico State. And Avery will check out, and LeVar Williams will enter into the rotation for the Aggies.
Yeah, LMU needs to start to find a little bit of a spark here. I thought maybe in the first that Merck Veladze 3 was going to do it, but they just need something to go their way to try to turn this momentum around.
Scott on the left wing, looking inside, being given space as he picks up the dribble, looking for Leia Pepe. He tried to take a running start, left the basketball behind, and turnover for the Lions is their first of the half and 9th of the ball game. As Allen drives, dishes to McNair, blocked at the rim by Leia Pepe. Offensive rebound, McCants goes to Pryor, and He's got the floater game on lock, third floater of the half, and it's an 8-point lead for the Aggies, 33-25. Cam Shelton, decisive drive down the lane, up and under, couldn't finish. A rebound taken by the Aggies, who have all the momentum rolling. Pryor, good pass ahead to Williams. Lions get back defensively, and now New Mexico State will move it around the perimeter and operate in the half court as Pryor lobbing it low left for McNair. Pass led him too far. McNair saved it, but into the hands of Douglas. Now the Lions look to push off the turnover. Couldn't find anything in transition, and now we'll work it into the post. Right side for Eli Scott. Backing down on McCants. Double team comes, finds Leah Pepe. Passes on the three, works it back to Scott. Once again, double team, dribbles away from it. Across the lane, kicks to Leah Pepe. Again, doesn't look at the rim on the three. Quintana will, and off the mark. We've seen a lot of passing up of wide open shots from the Lions. Maybe overthinking, overpassing, but whatever the reason, multiple players have missed their opportunities as the Lions create a turnover. Now look to push off the steal. Douglas to Scott. Euro step to the rim, layup no, gets his own rebound, goes up and is fouled. So still not pretty for the Lions, but Scott will earn himself a trip to the free throw line on the foul from Johnny McCants.
And it was a good follow, though, by Douglas. He was right there, right on Scott's back, and they ended up kind of double teaming the rebound. LMU was going to get another opportunity, obviously, off the free throw line, but they were looking to give themselves the extra effort off the rebound, too.
LMU down to 29% from the field, just 10 of 34. There's 1 of 7 here in this second half thus far. Scott connects on the first free throw. Marble and Merkvilase in. Douglas and Leah Pepe check out. That's Scott. 9 points in the ball game. No one else for the Lions has more than 5. Both Douglas and Quintana have not been activated offensively yet tonight, each of them with 2 points apiece. Scott goes 2 for 2 at the line, makes it a 6-point game, 33-27, 16-10 to go in the second half.
LMU is going to need a strong defensive stand here. Not a big deficit to overcome, but with how precious their offense has been, they're going to need a good turnaround.
As Pryor hounded and turns it over on the defense from Shelton. Time it on the floor. 15:59 to go. Lions trail by 6 on the WCC Network. We'll be back. They take on Bellarmine College before wrapping up non-conference play, and then they open conference play January 1st against Gonzaga, who, of course, always a staple in the top 10 in the country. So a lot of exciting basketball upcoming for the Lions. And not so exciting play at the moment. It's a turnover for the Lions out of the timeout. Shelton with a travel. And ball back to the Aggies. 15:51 to go in the second half. Lions trail by 6.
LMU's 9th, turnover of the 10th, turnover of the ball game into double digits. Still 6 less, though, than the Aggies.
A back cut, beautiful pass. LeVar Williams finds and leads Johnny McCants to the rim, and he lays it in. It's a 35-27 lead for New Mexico State. Merkvilase dumps it down right post for Eli Scott. Backing down McCants, gathers, throws it up, misses badly. McCants nearly lost the rebound, but saves it. Stan Johnson thought it was out of bounds, but the official disagrees, and New Mexico State will work left to right with an 8-point lead, their largest of the ball game. Teddy Allen, deep left wing three, just barely grazes the iron. Rebound into the lap of Quintana. And now Quintana looking to push, trying to get himself going. Down the lane, ball pops around to Marble, right wing three, in and out, no good. Halfway down, but so it goes for the Lions as they're just 2 of 16 from downtown, and New Mexico State getting to the rim with ease. Alak able to lay it in, and it's a 10-point ball game. LMU just 1 of 9 in this second half, and they've missed their last 6 shots as Merkvilase up top, goes to Shelton on left wing. Finds Marble. This time doesn't look at the rim on the three, goes to Scott at the left elbow. Shot clock down to 7. Scott hands off to Marble, kicks it to Merkvilase, open right wing three. KBN! Alex Merkvilase with a much-needed basket for the Lions, and created off a little nice ball movement and pass from Marble. 37-30, 14-11 to play.
Yeah, notably, that's Merkvilase's second long ball of the evening. Is that the spark that LMU needs to get their offense rolling again?
Allen drops it off underneath for Aylock. Aylock stripped by Shelton on the help side D and comes away with the steal. Lions trying to push off the turnover. Shelton racing down the right side. He's bumped and fouled. Foul's going to be on Nate Pryor. He looks on in disbelief. Shelton created some contact there as well. That'll be the second personal on Pryor, 5th team foul. Lions nearing being in that bonus, an opportunity to potentially find some offense at the free throw line with their struggles from the field holding them down to this point. There's Quintana, and he's being held and fouled by Williams. Second personal on Williams, 16 fouls, so the next one is the bonus. And Jonathan, a real opportunity for the Lions to kind of get themselves going by getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think especially because the offense isn't falling the way they'd like it tonight. Anything that goes in the basket is some kind of good point, so if it comes from the free throw line, so be it.
Quintana down the lane, pass deflected, pops out to Shelton, goes to Quintana, open left wing three, Caribbean! Back-to-back threes for the Lions, and just like that, it's a 4-point game again, 37-33, and that has the crowd into it for the first time in the second half. Mario McKinney working behind the arc, given space, he'll fire a three, that's short. Rebound by Shelton, but a whistle and a foul on the floor is gonna go on the Lions on the rebound. Go on Quan Marble, that's his second. First team foul for the Lions in this second half. 37-33, LMU trailing by 4. 13 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in this second half. McKinney tosses in for Allen, working down the left baseline, got the step on Quintana, unable to drive and draw a foul, as Marble will pick up another personal, his third. Teddy Allen to the line for the Aggies. Be just the third and fourth free throw attempts of the night for New Mexico State. Teddy Allen, just like Joe Quintana, has only missed 2 free throws all season. He's a 91% free throw shooter. First free throw for Allen is good. Damian Douglas returns. Gary Harris will check on the floor as well. Scott and Marble check out. One more free throw for Teddy Allen. Second free throw, no good, so seen a couple of 90+% free throw shooters misfire on free throws tonight. The Lions trailing 38-33. Quintana open, left wing three, in and out, no good. Quintana claps the hands, he got a good look, but couldn't get that one to fall. LeVar Williams over on the right sideline being hounded by Quintana, trying to create some space, goes up top for McKinney. Pump fakes, jab steps, now puts the dribble down. Still working behind the arc, goes right side to Williams with 10 on the shot clock. He'll fire the contested three, that's off the mark. Rebound fought for, taken by Teddy Allen. He'll maneuver down the baseline, and a blocking foul on the floor will go on Harris. That'll be his his first personal, third team foul.
Nothing too much to worry about. LMU with a couple fouls in a couple minutes. Quintana, even though he was frustrated with that, as you said, Jesse, he did get a good look, and that's what happens when LMU starts to push the issue a little bit in transition.
McKinney launches the baseball pass into the backcourt from under the basket, and now New Mexico State will work back left to right. Teddy Allen crossing over down the middle of the lane, floater on the run. Count it, and a foul. Got the bounce off the back iron. I'll count the bucket and a chance for three. Imagine Allen only played 8 minutes in the first half, but you knew he'd be aggressive in the second, and he has been just that. 7 points and 6 rebounds now for Allen, and a chance for a three-point play. As Allen gets up and down on the three-point play, makes it an 8-point lead for the Aggies once again. 41-33, 12:20 to go. Lions have it in the hands of Quintana. He'll bounce it down on the right post for Damian Douglas. Double teamed as he picks up the dribble, able to pivot, gets to the rim, misses at the rim, and then a whistle and a foul on the rebound will go on New Mexico State. Mike Peak not happy with the call. Second personal foul, 17 foul, and Damian Douglas, who has struggled here tonight, try to get himself going at the free throw line. Douglas just 1 of 7 from the field tonight, and clearly a little frustrated. He's had a couple of looks that he'll normally make that just haven't fallen tonight.
And he does have 3 rebounds, but in 16 minutes of play, Damian Douglas, who had a double-double last time out, a high double-double too. 18 points off 11 rebounds. You know, still plenty of basketball left to go, 12 minutes for Douglas to kick it into gear.
A 1-and-1 opportunity for Douglas. His 78% free throw shooter on the season. And knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. And Douglas goes 2 for 2. Makes it a 6-point ball game, 41-35. 12:07 remaining in this second half of play. As Peak over to Clayton Henry. Henry off the handoff with a right-hand dribble, goes near side to Mario McKinney. McKinney covered by Shelton, working the dribble to the top of the key. Shot clock at 11. Douglas back on the floor, tasked to guard Teddy Allen as McKinney, dangerous pass, goes to the right corner, tracked down and stolen by Marble. And now the Lions look to push off turnover number 18 for New Mexico State. Straightaway 3 for Marble. Trevian! Quan Marble knocks it down and cuts the lead in half. It's a 3-point game, 41-38, 11:25 to play.
Yeah, that's a big one for Marble. We remember how excited he was just a couple games ago, LMU's last home contest.
Down low for McNair, who gathers and finishes. Will McNair, 6'10", 277 pounds, big body down low, able to gather and finish in traffic. Makes it a 5-point lead for the Aggies as LMU looking to respond. Merkvalaze steps through on McNair, now kicks out for Harris. Harris, nothing doing, kicks it out right side for Shelton with 12 on the shot clock. Calls for the screen, gives it to Merkvalaze, pick and pop, straightaway 3. Too strong, whistle and a foul on the rebound. And I believe it's going to be on the Lions. Jesse Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you at Gersten Pavilion. 10:51 remaining in the second half. LMU trailing by 5. And as we mentioned going into that break, it was a double foul on Marble and Clayton Henry. So it's 4 personal fouls on Marble. He'll check out. That resulted in a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to New Mexico State. The Lions will retreat defensively. They'll come on the floor with Shelton, Quintana, Douglas, Scott, and Merkvalaze, and New Mexico State, Mario McKinney, Clayton Henry, Teddy Allen, Will McNair, and Mike Peak as McKinney on the dribble on the left wing. Gives to McNair straight away at the free throw line. Pivoting, spinning, and traveling with the basketball. Now the Lions will get it back. Turnover number 19 for New Mexico State. And Jonathan, well, that's obviously good news for the Lions. The turnover total is high. We saw just last game the Lions cough it up over 20 times and still win the ball game. So LMU still with work to be done, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, LMU does have 24 points off those Aggies turnovers, but crucially are not leading the ball game.
Douglas hop stepped on the lane, lost his balance and still scores. Damian Douglas. Maybe that will get him going. He just made a couple free throws and then finishes on the tough finish inside. And Lions back within 3, 43-40.
Yeah, that's a big one from Douglas, especially because he's struggled to get going tonight.
Hand check foul on Shelton away from the basketball. And all of a sudden the Lions at the doorstep of the bonus, the penalty as well. 16 fouls for LMU. Johnny McCants checks in for Mike Peak. 10-10 remaining, Lions trail by 3. Clayton Henry inbounds from the near sideline into the backcourt. And now McKinney will take it across the center of the floor as we approach 10 minutes to play. McKinney drops it down left side on the low post for McCants. Scott trying to poke it away, McCants, and he traveled with the basketball. So we've seen maybe a record amount of traveling violations between the two teams tonight, but Lions will take it and get it back with a chance to cut the lead to 1 or even tie in this possession.
Stan Johnson yelling for the sideline, giving some direction, calling for movement.
Scott, top of the key, tried to go low post for Douglas, and Teddy Allen anticipated, comes away with the steal, gets to the rim, and draws a foul. A telegraph pass. Allen was ready for it. Came away with the steal. Chance for free throws for Allen the other way.
LMU down by just 3. More than enough time on the clock, but they've got to do a better job of, 1, limiting the fouls, and 2, guarding New Mexico just a little bit tighter inside. But again, you don't want to do that too physically and risk sending the Aggies to the line further down the stretch.
Allen, after the very quiet first half due to foul trouble, now up to 10 points and 6 rebounds in the ball game. 45-40, 9:38 to go here in this second half of play. And Allen will be whistled for a foul. He disagreed with the call. But his 3rd personal, a 9th team foul. Will be 1-1 for Douglas once again, and that also means any foul on New Mexico State here on out will be 2 free throws for the Lions the rest of the way. Damian Douglas, 6 points and 3 rebounds in 19 minutes here tonight. Will shoot 1-1. And left it short, misfired. Second time the Lions have missed on the front end of a 1-1 tonight. And the score remains the same, 45-40. Just under 9:30 to play.
Cam Shelton playing defense way far out, not giving anyone an inch.
McKinney trying to get a step, picks up the dribble, hands off for Clayton Henry. Covered tightly by Quintana as he dribbles back out toward midcourt. Now around the back to the left elbow, bounces left post for McNair. Has the mismatch on Shelton, picks up the dribble, goes right wing for McCants, right wing 3. Skips off the iron, rebound taken by Scott. And the Lions look to run. Merkvalaze to Douglas, hop step, stops in the lane. Has to find a way to get out of trouble and find Shelton at the top of the key. Shelton drives on McNair to the rim, swatted off the glass by McCants. And McNair dives on the floor for the loose ball. New Mexico State had a couple of block shots here tonight. Allen pull up right wing 3, that's off the mark. Offensive board by McNair. Stan Johnson wanted the foul on the rebound. Scrum on the floor, ball on the floor. McNair finds McKinney, he goes to the rim, stripped and fouled by Quintana. Chaos on the floor on the past few possessions. 4 bodies down there. Mexico State winning some of those 50-50 balls and a chance for more free throws for the Aggies.
And initially it was a big swat away by Cam Shelton that put the ball in the scrum, as you called it, on the sideline. And as you said, a little double team and a foul for Quintana, or foul is on Douglas rather. Quintana in on the action as well.
Mario McKinney, sophomore in his 3rd year of eligibility, but of course the COVID year allows him to keep that sophomore status. He's played at Missouri as a freshman, then went to John A. Logan College, a junior college, and now here at New Mexico State. Connected on the first, one more free throw coming for the left-hander. Both free throws are good, and the lead back up to 7 for the Aggies, 47-40. 8.5 minutes to play as Lions back with their starting 5 on the floor. As Quintana and Scott play catch. Scott in the left baseline, backing down on McNair, gets into his body, counted and a foul. Eli Scott with the strong finish inside. We mentioned the size of McNair, 6'10", 280, and Scott at 6'5", able to use his strength to his advantage and get the 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, even though on the scouting report, Scott may be, in air quotes, undersized, which by a lot of accounts he is, he's very strong and he's not afraid of contact. And when you give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
Scott makes the 3-point play as he connects on the free throw. Lions back within 4. Scott The lone line in double figures right now with 13. The Lions try to dig in here defensively. McKinney double teamed along near sideline, stripped but fouled. And the Lions in the penalty. That's going to be their 9th team foul. First person on Leia Pepe. Leia Pepe has had a quiet couple of games offensively. And again here tonight, just 3 points, 1 of 6 from the field. That is his first foul. But McKinney, who just made 2 free throws, goes to the line to shoot 1 and 1. McKinney's free throw will get the friendly roll and a chance for 1 more at the line. 48-43. New Mexico State in front. 8:08 remaining in the ball game. Lions are hoping it's not 8:08s in heartbreak here tonight as they try to make it 3 wins in a row against this very good New Mexico State ball club. McKinney goes 2 for 2, and the lead for New Mexico State is 6.
The LMU can't waste any more time here. 8 minutes is a lot of time, but New Mexico has been playing hard and fast.
Scott guarded by McNair again, bumped and fouled. So Eli Scott will go back to the line when we come back from the timeout on the floor. 7:57 to go. Lions trail by 6 on the WCC Network. We'll be back. And welcome back, everybody. Jesse Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you at Gerson Pavilion. LMU trailing New Mexico State by 6, 49-43 with 7:57 remaining. And Eli Scott going to the free throw line. And Jonathan, we've seen the Lions continue to struggle from the field, but their defense has kept them in the ball game. 20 turnovers for the Aggies. As Eli Scott missed the first free throw, maybe aided by music continuing to play in the background as Scott makes the second. And it's 49-44 with 7:57 to go.
They say good defense inspires good offense, and the other way around. LMU is certainly hoping that's going to ring true tonight. Just under 8 minutes to go here.
Mario McKinney controls on the dribble for New Mexico State. Up top for Will McNair. Hands off for Rice on the right wing. Initially double teamed at the screen. Now works to the free throw line. Step back 15-footer is good. Jabari Rice with a tough shot. Well defended by Quintana. 51-44, 7.5 to play. It's Kelly Leia Pepe on the top of the key. Given some space, thought about the 3. Now to the back cutting Douglas. Look out below, two-handed stuff. Douglas able to pop up after the tough landing, but nice back cut and feed and finish. The Lions back within 5.
That's a big one from Douglas. He likes the exclamation point on the rim.
And Leia Pepe able to force the turnover, stepping in on the rotation, and Rice lost it out of bounds. The Lions get it back off turnover number 21. 7:05 to go, 51-46. Lions trailing by 5. They're starting 5 on the floor. Shelton, Quintana, Douglas, Scott, and Leia Pepe. It's Douglas in the right post, kicks it for Leia Pepe. Passed on the straightaway 3, moving down the lane, spinning, kicks it right corner for Scott with 14 to shoot. He'll cross over, back down. Double team, looks to go up and draws a foul yet again. Foul's on Johnny McCants, his second. 10th team foul. And Eli Scott, who's 4 of 5 at the free throw line, will go back to the line. For 14 points and 3 rebounds for Scott. And good on the first free throw.
Yeah, Scott now with more trips to the line than anybody on the floor tonight.
Second free throw good as well. Eli Scott improving as a shooter, as we've seen, and we've seen it, the evidence at the free throw line, where he's up near 80% on the year now. The Lions trying to dig in defensively, trailing by 3 once again. This has kind of been the point. Every time they've got within 3, Mexico State has had an answer. Rice on the way on the floater, no good. Rebounded by Douglas. And the Lions now with an opportunity to creep closer, 6:20 to go. And Cam Shelton right to left into the front court. Eli Scott, left wing for Joe Quintana. They'll go back to Scott, relocated on the left post. Little pass fake down the middle of the lane. Scoop layup on the way, no good. He wanted contact again, couldn't get it. A rebound taken by the Aggies. We approach 6 minutes to play. 51-48, Lions trail by 3. It's Teddy Allen, guarded by Douglas, now met by Scott on a switch. Calling for the clear out. He'll cross over, poked away by Scott and stolen. Lions with a 3-on-1. Scott to the rim, lays it up and in. Eli Scott with the finish. And it's a 1-point game, 51-50. Eli Scott in takeover mode, he's got 18.
Yeah, that's a big one from Scott. And that's when your big players come to shine.
And an offensive foul. McKinney had the floater, it went in, but wipe it away. Kelly Leapepe steps in to take the charge. Second personal on McKinney. And Leapepe had a tent down there, camped out. McKinney couldn't avoid the contact, and a chance now for the Lions to retake the lead. Lions last led at the 4:58 mark of the first half when it was 18-17. Trying to claw their way back ever since. 6-0 run for the Lions and looking for more as Quintana on the near side goes up top for Eli Scott. Spinning away from his defender McCants, and he's held and fouled again. Oh, the advantage of being in the bonus. Back to the free throw line for Eli Scott. Chance to tie and take the lead for the Lions with 5:14 remaining and trailing by just 1.
And a big swing for LMU to a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Free throw from Scott is good. We're all tied at 51. Quan Marble will check in for Damian Douglas. Douglas a breather. 7-0 run for the Lions, trying to add on to it here. Second free throw for Scott is good, and the Lions have their first lead since the 5-minute mark of the first half. 52-51, 8-0 run for the Lions.
Yeah, big time for Eli Scott here.
20 points, 20 of the 52 for the Lions. It's Teddy Allen down the baseline. Dangerous pass deflected by Quintana off the fingertips of Rice. Turnover for the Aggies. Now, timeout called, but we'll step aside as well. 4:57 to go. Lions in front by 1 with the basketball in the WCUC Santa Barbara. Seeing the Lions be part of that mix of a lot of good teams in the conference. Should be a really exciting conference season in the new year as the Lions get it across the timeline, and then Shelton gets trapped. He'll call for timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And Jonathan, just to tie up the point about the conference, obviously the usual suspects, Gonzaga, BYU, St. Mary's, all very good again, but you have, of course, the Lions with NCAA tournament aspirations. San Francisco, one of the only undefeated teams in the nation. They are right on the bubble right now in the very early stages around the NCAA tournament. And of course, we mentioned Santa Clara. They're off to a good start as well.
Yeah, boy, those are going to be some interesting contests, aren't they, when the Lions take on the Dons? And obviously, we saw excitement between those two teams last year. LMU went 1-1 against San Francisco in the last season. Obviously, would love to pick up both if they can help it. But that Gonzaga game, mark that one on your calendars. That should be an exciting way to start off the new year. LMU, though, to tie up your point there on the NCAA tournament, really does need to finish third solidly in the WCC, both in terms of wins and just pedigree, to maybe have a hope of making it to the big dance.
As the Lions looking to try to pick up another big win here tonight. 4:40 remaining and just a 1-point lead as this one, as we've seen, we say pretty much every game this season, is going down to the wire. As Joe Quintana, stop and go, floater on the way, blocked and rebuked by McCants. And a loose ball picked up by the Aggies, who look to recapture the lead on this possession for themselves as Teddy Allen working on the three-point line on the left wing. Tosses to Johnny McCants, left corner, covered by Marble. And a whistle and a hand-checking foul on Marble, and that'll be it. Marble has fouled out of the ball game. And that'll also send the Aggies back to the free throw line. Both teams with 10 team fouls, meaning double bonus the rest of the way, both ways. Johnny McCants to the free throw line, where He's 1 out of 2 tonight. Marble's night is done. 8 points and fouling out in 17 minutes of action.
Damian Douglas set to return though, just waiting to sub in on the sideline near the scorers table. And Douglas, as we mentioned, a slow start, but still 8 points tonight, most of which have come in the second half.
And he's gotten himself going a little bit, and of course, will be tasked with guarding Teddy Allen, the other team's best player. We know Douglas, a two-way player. That's why he provides so much value as McCants makes the first free throw and ties the game at 52.
LMU does like to take us right to the end, don't they?
It has been the story of the season thus far, win or loss. It happened in both games of the road trip in Tulsa and against Long Beach State. As McCants misses the second free throw, and the Lions collect the rebound as Scott taps it out to Quintana. He's trapped as he crosses midcourt and finds Shelton as the safety valve, and now the Lions will try to break the tie, all tied at 52 with 4 minutes to play here at Gerson Pavilion as Douglas, ball high above his head on the left wing, hasn't put a dribble down yet. He'll hand off to Scott with 10 on the shot clock. Scott covered by McNair. He'll step into the left wing three. That one off the mark. Leah Pepe tried to keep the rebound alive, but knocked it out of bounds. And he'll send us to a timeout on the floor. 3:46 remaining. We're tied. Going down to the wire at Gerson Pavilion. Back everybody. Jesse Cass and Jonathan Grace here with you courtside at Gerson Pavilion. 3:46 remaining, and we are all tied at 52. And Jonathan, it's been a lot of scoring inside and at the free throw line. Both teams have struggled from three, but obviously the final 3.5 minutes. We'll see what happens here in a tie ball game as McCants, covered by Eli Scott out of the timeout, working on the right wing, trying to back down, poked away and stolen as Eli Scott able to just reach in from behind without fouling. And the Lions force turnover number 25 for New Mexico State. And a chance to retake the lead. Scott down the lane and an offensive foul. Stan Johnson thought McCants flopped, but he did read the play well, and Scott will pick up his second personal foul.
Yeah, Stan Johnson not incredibly jazzed with that last call, shall we say?
Might have been an accentuation, but it did look like the correct call as Scott kind of pushed off with the off arm. Turnover number 12 for the Lions, just the fourth of the second half. Mexico State will work left to right. Nate Pryor with the basketball, goes left wing to Teddy Allen. Allen on the drive and a hand-checking foul. Not a lot there, but that's something where the Lions have to adjust to the officiating. To the officials' credit, they're calling it the same way they have all night. So the Lions have to keep their hand out of the cookie jar, so to speak. It'll be free throws upcoming for Allen with 3:12 remaining.
Yeah, this is where LMU has to be careful in a close ball game like this. You can't really afford to send your opponent to the line too much here. New Mexico, despite the fact that they've turned the ball over a lot and they haven't scored a lot from the floor, this is a team that's plenty capable of going on big runs and hurting you inside.
As Allen swirls in the first free throw, puts the Aggies back in front. 53-52, 3:12 remaining. Second free throw from Allen, good again. Mentioned he's a 91% free throw shooter. He knocks down a pair and puts New Mexico State back in front by 2. 54-52. Joe Quintana at the top of the key gets a screen from Leah Pepe. Gives back to the Lion big man. Hands off for Shelton on the left wing. Shelton takes the dribble right side, looking inside for Scott. No angle there, so he'll go to Leah Pepe. Pump fakes on the three, around the back dribble. Down to the left post. Kicks it out for Quintana. Shot clock down to 5. Quintana around a screen, has to fire the three at the end of the shot clock. It's an air ball, and as the shot clock expires, the ball sails out of bounds. But the Lions without a point in the last 2.5 minutes. Trail by 2, 54-52, 2:35 to play.
LMU, again, crucial that they have a good defensive stand here. A couple of stands to let their offense go to work as the
Allen,
clock winds down.
Nasty step back, misses the three. Offensive board by Rice goes up and is fouled again. The Lions simply cannot have a possession without fouling in a key juncture of the ball game right now. 2:23 to go and the Aggies back to the line.
Yeah, whether it's nerves or Just recognizing how close the ball game is. LMU slipping up a little bit here, not playing the cleanest defense, and it's just making their life a little bit harder here.
Jabari Rice to the free throw line, 77% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Quiet night for Rice, who averages over 13 points per ball game. That's just 5 tonight. But obviously every point of great importance here down the stretch with the Aggies in front by 3. And misses the second. 3-point lead will stay right there. 55-52, 2:18 to play. Lions trying to end scoring drought of about 3 minutes as Eli Scott over to Leah Pepe. Open left wing 3. Travian! Big bucket for Leah Pepe, and we're tied again. 55-55, 2 minutes to play.
How about that for timing for Kelly?
Crowd getting into it, looking for a stop. Scott gambled. McCants gets past, kicks it to Allen, right corner. Allen on the drive back to McCants as they play the 2-man game. Back in the hands of Allen on the right wing, behind the arc. Deep right wing 3, off the mark. Offensive board from Rice. He'll dribble it out of trouble, and now second look for the Aggies as Jabari Rice trying to work around a McNair screen. Dribbles through traffic, backs it out, slips, keeps his dribble alive. The shot clock winding down again. Rice, right wing 3, that's way off. And the rebound, Karams over to Shelton. And the Lions with an opportunity to retake the lead. 1:18 to go, 55-55. And the crowd making some noise. 17 on the shot clock as the Lions try to retake the lead.
Shelton just managing the clock a little bit here.
Shot clock down to 10, over to Leah Pepe. Puts the dribble down, back out to Shelton. 5 on the shot clock, and a bump and a foul on McNair. A bailout. Lions didn't have a lot going on that possession. We're gonna have to create at the end of the clock. And McNair hedging out on the screen, picks up his second. It'll send Cam Shelton to the free throw line, where he's 0 of 1 tonight. 2 points in the ball game and 2 huge free throws with 59.4 seconds to go.
Yeah, anything will work right now for LMU.
First free throw, no good for Shelton. 70% on the year. I've seen games earlier this year where he's gone 10 for 10, but 0 for 2 from the line tonight. The Lions still need 1 to jump back in front. Second free throw is good, and the Lions lead by 1. Sam Johnson looks like he was trying to call a timeout, but official didn't hear him, so play will continue, and the Aggies will work offensively with Allen over to McCants on the drive, cut off on the dribble by Douglas, up top for Rice. Rice into the body of Quintana, and a blocking foul. That'll send the Aggies back to the line with 45.8 remaining. Fourth personal on Quintana, always a bang-bang call, the block charge. So Jabari Rice, who just split a pair, back to the line to shoot 2. With the Lions in front, 56-55 and 45.8 seconds remaining.
You talk about crucial free throws for LMU.
Rice ties it, 1 more coming. See the graphic there. New Mexico State without a field goal in nearly 7 minutes. All of their work in that time has been done at the free throw line. Rice with 2 big free throws, and the Aggies back in front by 1, 57-56. As the Lions look to go quickly here. Damian Douglas standing out near the midcourt timeline. Dribbles over to the near side of the floor, hands off to Eli Scott at the top of the key. Scott dribbling in traffic, had it knocked away off his foot, out of bounds, and a big turnover for the Lions. Gives it back to the Aggies with 33.1 seconds to go.
Yeah, you got to think LMU is going to look to be trapping and fouling pretty quickly here.
And just a 3-second differential in shot and game clock. Lions are gonna review the play. It did look like it was the correct call, but we're gonna get another look at it. But Jonathan, that is the discussion, the strategy here. Just a 3-second differential between game and shot clock, so not a lot of time if you don't foul.
It might be a little bit too much, though, to try to rely on the defense to have a big stand and then only put 3 seconds up for your offense to work with. So I think LMU may try to send the Aggies to the line and then go to work and maybe look for the 3 ball. Obviously, Quintana's been quiet tonight with 5. He does have 1 from distance. Kelly's got 2. And, Quan Marble had 1, but he's done. Merk Veladze's got 2 as well from downtown. So the 3 ball falling a little bit better here in this second half. Just 25% on the ball game, though.
And for it is indeed New Mexico State ball. That was the correct call. For the Aggies, they're 15 of 19 from the free throw line. We saw Rice just make a couple of big ones. Person you definitely don't want to foul and who the Aggies do want to have the ball is Teddy Allen. He's 6 of 7 from the line and 91% on the year. Preferably the Lions would love to foul either Will McNair, who's just 67%, or Johnny McCants, who's 53%. As inbound, New Mexico State struggled momentarily. Eli Scott covering McCants, and a whistle. Stan Johnson incensed it was going to be a turnover unless they were calling the foul. But not sure what the call is. It's obviously a huge one.
Officials even conferring amongst themselves to make sure they get it right. They recognize that this is a big one here.
And here we go as Shelton looking to inbound, gets it into Eli Scott in the right corner, covered by McCants. Double team, dribbles away across the lane, kicks to Lea Pepe. Pump fakes on the 3, now goes back left post for Scott. Double team, spins away to the left hand, caught it long, missed it, and fouls on the rebound. Scott thought he was fouled on the play as well. Oh, he'll pick up the 3rd personal, and he'll send Johnny McCants to the line with 18 seconds to go. Get a look at the play there again. And right before the shot was the potential contact of Eli Scott, saying he got hit on the head. Now 2 free throws from McCants. Still a lot of time to go, 18 seconds. And McCants, 2 of 4 at the line tonight to shoot 2. Rattles that one home, and it's a 2-point lead for the Aggies. Lions with 1 timeout remaining. New Mexico State has 2. Second free throw for McCants is good. 2 big free throws, and it's a 3-point game as the inbounds comes into Shelton. And the Lions look to go quick as Shelton over on the right wing, kicks to Lea Pepe. Right wing 3 on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Rice. And he's fouled by Shelton with 6.8 to go. Lea Pepe had a good look at it, but just a hair long, and now New Mexico State can try to ice it at the line with a hair under 7 seconds remaining.
And it was 2 crucial shots, one inside for Scott, one outside for Kelly, that just didn't fall when LMU needed it to. Scott was given the low side, overshot it. Kelly, as you said, a little bit too much on it from downtown. And is that going to make the difference?
Rice to the line and knocks down the free throw. It's a 2-possession ball game, 60-56. And the Aggies will call for a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here on the floor once again. 6.8 seconds to go. It looks like the Lions are going to fall short here. They had a couple of opportunities, as we mentioned, plenty of opportunities down the stretch, and have just come up a little bit short.
Yeah, and I think opportunities is the name of the game here. In the first half, there were so many wide open looks at LMU. They're passed up or made the extra pass unnecessarily or just didn't make outright. And I think in the closing stages here, that might have been what added up and made the difference. You know, obviously the 3 ball not falling as well as it could have. Could do the trick as well, but LMU did a great job of forcing turnovers and then scoring subsequent points off those turnovers. But when your offense isn't ticking, doesn't really matter what you do.
Stan Johnson still very upset on the sideline. Wanted that foul on that Eli Scott layup with about 18 seconds to go. That was when they were down 1. As Rice makes the second free throw, and it's a 5-point game. Scott inbounds to Shelton, over to Quintana. Fires it from about 40 feet away. It's off the mark, taken by Shelton. He'll lay it in with a 1/10 of a second remaining. Lions trail by 3, but just by how time works, this game is over, as any foul, any time the ball is touched, the Lions don't have possession. No way they can shoot. So unfortunately for the Lions, they will fall here tonight. They trail 61-58.
Gonna say that's gonna be the world's quickest inbound, and then maybe just a swing at the ball to try to loop it in, but yeah, that should do it here.
Eli Scott still talking it over with the officials. Obviously that call looms large, but nonetheless, as mentioned, the Lions, despite that, have had plenty of opportunities that they have not capitalized on tonight. New Mexico State to inbound and put the cap on it, and that will do it as well. Technical foul on Eli Scott. Mentioned he was voicing his displeasure with the officiating.
Stan Johnson just trying to ask Eli what happened there. Understandably upset, but New Mexico off camera celebrating.
And Rice to put some final touches on the final score. And second free throw is good as well. So 63-58, 1/10 of a second remaining. New Mexico State will come away victorious when the final inbound is thrown in. And that will do it as Teddy Allen gets the inbounds and throws the ball up high. New Mexico State wins this one 63-58 for a tough luck loss for the Lions, who fall tonight by 5.